letter that I sent to every town board member, if you could give it to them.
I gave it to all of them in the
Okay.
packet.
And couldn't you just note that in the minutes that they received the FOIL appeal?
Okay.
Anything else?
I didn't get a copy of that.
Yeah, right here.
If there's nothing else, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Oh, no, I'd like to,
Oh,
if it's a free time. Hi, my name's Omar Siddiqui. I'm a member of the Sufi community. I'm actually a law student down in New York City, but I took the time to come up here because I think it's pretty important. Mr. McCarthy, you're older than me, but I'd like to just take a minute to address you. The fact of the matter is that you're the town supervisor. You're leading this town. A town is not a business. A town is comprised of people. Although you said that you're here to lower taxes, to cut this, to cut that, the fact of the matter is that you're not churning out a product. Your job is to address the concerns of the citizens. This town is made up of people, and if you know the most fundamental principles that democracy are made up of, is that a town is an organic body. A democracy is an organic body that's comprised of parts. And when the head of that body doesn't care when other parts of the body are hurting, that's wrong. And the fact of the matter is that you should care. It's not your job to stand up there to say whatever. It's not your job to sit up there and act like you're running this town and you're the boss of the town and you're some sheriff in the Wild West. That's not what you're up here to do. What you're up here to do is to address the concerns of the citizens. And if the citizens said to you in the last meeting that Mr. McCarthy, it was wrong of you to go out in the media and to take people in your town and to say that they're doing something criminal and to say that they're doing something illegal, and at the very least what we're asking you to do is to acknowledge that that was wrong, you should at least have the consideration to say, let me think about that, as opposed to saying, whatever, I really don't care. I talked to Mr. Schaefer after the meeting, and if he remembers, I was dressed a little differently, but he said to me, you know, if it was me in that position, I also would have apologized, but I'm not Bob. He said, I don't think that I would have gone out in the media and said those types of things.
I didn't believe I said to you.
I have it recorded if you want to listen to it later.
Sure.
The fact of the matter is that everybody who's sitting on the board themselves should feel that they've been offended by Mr. McCarthy going out in the media. He's representing the town, but he's representing each and every one of you more than that. And to Mr. Ahmedi, I want to say this, that you're an attorney, I'm training to be an attorney. I'd like to thank you for being there on the board because you're training me exactly what not to do when I get my GED. I'm not trying to say it with a horrendous amount of disrespect, but the fact of the matter is that you took 3 weeks, more than 3 weeks or even months, to address a very simple concern. And if somebody just opens one book, they're going to know that that law was, that whatever Mr. McCarthy was saying was garbage, that the cemetery was fine according to the town laws, that you were supposed to research. And all I'm saying is that the people who are sitting on the board, at the very least, care about what your constituents say. Don't treat them with disregard. Don't treat them with disrespect. That's not what you're there to do. You're there to serve the people of the town. The town is not here to serve you.
First of all, I disagree with what you think my job. I think my job is to do the few services that have to be done by a group of people instead of individuals, and do it as cheaply as they possibly can. That's what I think my job is. And I am not anything other than that, and the only job, I am not the leader of anything. This is just a financial group, and there are other elected employees here that are in charge of their own departments, and all we're doing is providing funding.
And can I add, I said it was up to Mr. McCarthy if he wished to apologize for himself for what he alleged said. Now, you know, I have no apology for asking the town's attorney to look into the issues of cemeteries because I didn't know there, and Hans, you got the permit, you did everything properly, and I commend you for that.
Oh, thank you.
And that's good. But it's not an apology for asking the town attorney to look into the matter. And at the time I asked him to look into the matter, I says, you know, we're talking about, excuse me if it hurts your feelings, but dead bodies. It's not worth spending $10,000 on or $5,000 on. But by all means, if there's a question of legality of burying people, it should be looked into.
Right,
And that's
and-
all.
And it shouldn't be turned into a thing about your race, which you know you turned that in.
I'm white like you, Eric, so it's not about race. But the fact is that a lot of attorneys, as he mentioned, anyone who opened a book A lot of attorneys, a lot of reporters have looked into it. 20 minutes it took. It takes
and on top of that,
an
I
attorney about 20 minutes to
You're
figure out
assuming
that
that there was no factual issues.
You didn't even look into the factual issues.
I most certainly did.
None of you called down Dale Downing to find out if he was out there to issue a permit, did you? Did you?
You know, because
Did you?
this matter is
Did you?
currently in litigation.
Did you?
I can't answer. and
It's
won't
not
let
in
you.
litigation.
It is so.
How's it in litigation?
Your attorney is threatening litigation.
So now you're shutting up.
If there's anything about a lawsuit, yes. Which these are all questions that could come up in that lawsuit. I don't want to be a witness.
And on top of
Okay,
that, I didn't seek out the press, you sent them to me.
No. All I did was walk into the office of the Oneonta Daily Star, then the Huffington Post picked it up, and it blew up from there. And I told you that was going to happen. I told you, I said, take care of this. I don't want this to be a big deal.
Obviously you do.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't,
mean,
believe me.
You've been beating a dead horse for what, how long now?
No, you're beating a dead horse by not even looking into the law for 3 months and insisting in the media that
Was make a resolution.
insisting in the media that we're doing something illegal when you admit at the end, I have no idea. And in fact, there was nothing there. You created everything. You did it all yourself, Bob.
You're seeking to disinter the body. You said that.
You can't go there, Bob. Right, because you got nothing.
No, because you can't talk about it because of possible pending litigation. It's just not a smart thing.
Well, we talked about it and there was pending litigation against us.
Against you? There's never
There's
was
never been
pending.
any pending litigation against you.
Yes, there was.
Nothing was ever filed against you.
Nothing's been filed against you?
Yes, there has.
What?
I'm not gonna discuss it with you at the meeting.
Mr. Ahmedi, you know, for 3 months you didn't do anything. You didn't answer
That's
anyone's
not true.
call. We had attorneys calling you. You never called back. I was trying to resolve
I
this.
didn't answer any of the press's phone calls.
You know, you didn't answer any
That's pretty
attorney's phone
smart.
calls for 3 months. I know.
Anything else?